Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are driving into the ultimate roadmap for becoming a successful DevOps engineer in 2025. This is all the video going to talk about like how to become a DevOps engineer, what is the roadmap for the DevOps engineer, what all those tools and technologies you have to focus on the things, what all those things you have to learn, what all those tools we have in DevOps, we have Docker, Kubernetes, where to start, everything we are going to discuss in this particular video. So basically, if I talk about why DevOps in 2025 or why DevOps only. So basically, DevOps is continuously evolving and staying up to date is key building your careers. Like let's explore the skills, tools, and technologies you need to thrive in. Okay, like let me just give you about what is DevOps first of all. Like if I talk about many of heard like DevOps, then let's talk about what is DevOps. Okay, so basically DevOps combines development plus and operations to speed up software delivery while ensuring the reliabilities. Means generally we have in this it generally come dev plus operations. Means developments plus operations team come together to like we have development and operations. This two combined makes a DevOps part. Okay, so why it is in demand? Like companies needs their faster deployments, automations, and scalability. That's why DevOps is the one of the most career path, like easiest way where we can make the things automations and deployment faster is the part. Like if I talk about like if we have heard about the things like we have been there's a certain GitOps the things the companies have started working on MLOps, then we have generative AI ops. Okay, so this all are the things where the like Git and the operations teams people come together to create like GitOps part. So same here, development plus operations. There is a one person only which handles each and everything in this particular thing. So let's understand with the basics part. First of all, like we have which programming language to learn. Like there, we have here four languages. You can learn anything. Like you can go with the Python, Golang, JavaScript, Ruby. So I just prefer like I don't personally prefer, but I have learned and started working through the Python part. So you can start with the Python, and if you are beginner with the Python, it's quite good. You have to not to be a perfectionist, but intermediate level. You should know about the Python. Okay, and second thing, then if you're learning completely about the programming languages as you are a professional or you are a college student, so in your college student, you start learning on the things onto the like programming languages are first priorities. Okay, then second, you have to learn Linux. Linux is the one of the most important thing into this DevOps world. You have to understand the basics of Linux, commands, file system, and package management. How to install the packages, like what is yum, how to install like date command, how to run date command. We have how to create file, how to create directories. So all this comes under the Linux part. So you have to make your Linux part a strong thing. Then only you can just move further and start working onto the Linux part. So it's not important you have to know the Linux, but while working as a DevOps engineer, while you will be going from the zero to advanced level, you will be requiring the Linux concepts also. So I would prefer first complete program languages, then jump to the Linux. After completing both of them, you can now jump to the version controlling tools also, or you can learn the securities part like TCPs, what is IP, like come to networks part little bit protocol, DNS, HTTPS, and all these things come to the network security part. Now, if I talk about the servers you can right now like it's not much important as a beginner, but when you are starting your career with this particular part, you can directly jump into the infrastructure as a code part. Okay, so I just want to add one more things here into the center part. There is a that is Git and GitHub. Git, we generally known as version control version control, like where you can store your code. Okay, where you can store your code, where you can do the commits, builds, each and everything, where you can uh, push your code, put your codes, all of this, like because this tools has been like helping commit, push, pull, and branch management are essential into this DevOps world. So after completing three of this, you can jump to the Git part. Now we have you can start with the containerizations part also. Like after completing with the Git, you can start with the containerizations tools. The containerization tools are such as like we have Docker, like you have to understand about Docker, like what is containerization, how Docker helps packaging the app. You have to know to how to run the commands of Docker run, how Docker build run, how you can do a things into a package part, a small packet part, and you can push to Docker Hub, Docker registry. There is lots of thing. If you are you have to switch into the continuous world, that is Docker. After learning Docker, you have to deep down into the Kubernetes part. That is also a containerization tool, but that's this things make quite easier, and our automations part, deployment parts makes faster over here. Let me just take this is Docker. You have to learn, then you have to learn, then Kubernetes. Okay, so in the Kubernetes, like it's an orchestration tool, it must have for managing the containers. We have different Kubernetes. If you know about little bit about cloud, like we have AWS cloud, okay, we have Azure cloud, okay, we have GCP cloud. This AWS cloud is for of Amazon, this Azure cloud is for Microsoft, and this GCP cloud is of Google. So in AWS cloud, we have Kubernetes, like they generally manage all the services. So there is a service known as EKS. Either you can practice on EKS, either you can practice for on AKS, or either you can practice on GKE. This is all the Kubernetes engines. Or you can do one thing, you can set up locally. Okay, set up locally your Kubernetes cluster and you can start working on this, like how you can create a deployments part, what's our pod, what are services, how you can create the ingress files, how you can create the deployment daemon set file. So there's a lots of things. So if I give a certain example, if you have a website with you and if you want to host somewhere, that should be always up. Okay, how many traffic coming over. So it doesn't matter. So you can use Kubernetes where you will be implementing the load balancing part. Suddenly, if the traffic comes up, it will automatically replicas. You don't need to monitor again and again. So that's why Kubernetes bin is used. Now, if I talk about CI/CD part, or let's me talk about this here, Terraform also. So Terraform is generally a infrastructure as a code tool. You don't need to. If I talk about AWS, okay, let's take an example. If I talk about AWS part, so you have to just make the things quite automations part and quicker part, like or how to automate infrastructure by provisioning the code. In the AWS, what we do, we go to a certain services, we apply, we use, we create EC2 instance by GUI part. But same thing, if you want to use by using the code, so we have tools like Terraform. So you can learn Terraform after like going with the Kubernetes, you can learn Terraform. Between this, parallelly, you can start learning. You guys can also start learning cloud part. Okay, cloud is a must important for us. Like while learning Docker or before Docker or after Docker, you have to start learning the cloud part. In the cloud, we have AWS cloud that is offered by Amazon. So it helps into the free sign up, and then 720 hours there is some free of course you can practice and you can explore the AWS cloud. Then you can learn Azure cloud, then you can learn GCP cloud. Okay, and right now GCP is providing you 309 free credits. I will be attaching the videos in this particular description link, so you can go and claim and you can start practicing on all those three of cloud. Okay, don't forget to learn this any don't it's not necessary to learn all three of cloud. You have to learn just any one of cloud. You have to be proficient in that. Then start learning Kubernetes, then start learning Terraform. After learning this Terraform, now you have to jump to the CI/CD tools part. Okay, now CI/CD tools, we have like continuous integrations and continuous deployments, we generally say. So we have Jenkins, we have GitLab, we have AWS code commit, we have specified tools also. So it is quite important for us to learn the CI/CD parts also, like automating the code deliveries part. Okay, so as I mentioned, the tool that is like you can learn Jenkins, you can learn GitLab CI, you can learn GitHub Actions. So it depends on you which all those things you have to learn. You can also create a hands-on projects like setting up a pipeline to deploy a simple app to the cloud by using like you have been created a Kubernetes, and as a person is making a changes into CI/CD pipelines. Okay, so it will automatically get deployed. I will be do one thing. I will create a separate video onto the CI/CD pipeline, so it will be quite easy for you to understand how the things flow works out. Okay, now after learning CI/CD, as I have mentioned about the clouds also, uh, the things get sorted for you. Okay, and then last, that is the focus on like monitoring and the logging tools. Like if you want to monitor the how the websites are coming, how many traffics are coming, where the errors are coming, so you can use the tools like Prometheus, Grafana. Okay. Like or ELK, Datadogs, there's many tools, but I would prefer just start learning Prometheus and Grafana. It will help you a lot. I have already created my videos. You can go to my YouTube channel and you can search for Prometheus and Grafana, how to install, how to set up. Each and everything is been done by me. Okay, now last thing, if I talk about two more things will be added over it, that is security part, which I have discussed here. But after you can learn over here also, or you can skip, or you can learn after this also. So in the security, like integrate security early into deployment processes, like tools like Sync, Aqua, securities, like the certain about the securities part, IAM services. This you are going to cover up into the AWS part. So security is also the one of the major part is after learning uh, these tools and technologies, just start implementing the real-time projects. Okay, like deploying a multi-tier app using Kubernetes and CI/CD pipeline. You will find many projects on my YouTube channel, so you can take the reference from there also. Okay, then setting up a automated monitoring and alerting system for the cloud resources. So like this, you can start creating the projects onto the particular when you are learning tools and technologies. Suppose if you have learned about the Docker, so you can create projects onto Docker. If you have learned Linux, so you can start making projects onto the Linux also. If you have learned Kubernetes, you can create projects onto the Kubernetes. Then you can integrate Kubernetes and Docker projects or Docker tools, and then integrating Jenkins projects like this. You can then expand yourself one by one. So let me just quickly write one final flow where you can start. First of all, like that is programming languages. So let me just start with the Python. Okay. Then second, you have to focus on the Linux. Third, that is security. Okay. Then fourth, you have Docker, or you can start with any cloud. Okay. Let me just write any here. AWS slash GCP slash Azure. Okay, then you have to switch to the Kubernetes. Then you have to switch to CI/CD pipelines. Then we have Terraforms also. You can focus on the Terraform. Last, we have that is logs and monitoring for the Prometheus and all. Okay, like or Grafana. So this is a general flow where you have to start learning, and this is the generally things where how the things going to flow. If you have any question query, you can ask me in the comment section. So 2025 is a year to kickstart or upgrade your DevOps career with dedications and hands-on learning. You can become an expert. If you found this roadmap helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tech enthusiasts. See you soon in next video.